Every single last one of us got fired. So we can all stop throwing around this narrative, because where I'm at right now is giving that they're blaming me. And I wasn't to blame for
Of course you all got fired. Even if it's my shop, you all getting fired. Some people are so stupid or they don't like money. Because this is so stupid. People don't have common sense anymore. Common sense is not that common anymore. And people are dumb. How are you at work, having a job, and messing around with that work? The thing that pays your bills every month. Oh, some people are so stupid. I don't get it. So anyway, let's talk about this. So you have all seen this video of people at ChickFil A bouncing their tatas and their hoochies that are not really moving. By the way, hoochies is not moving. And then they got fired and we're, oh my God, they fired us. And some of us were like, and you deserved it. So I want to talk about that today. I'm going to react to a couple of videos that I've seen about this because I don't know, I actually like it. The first one I saw, I was like, of course, because some people are always like so entitled about nonsenseness. But anyway, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's fine. Okay, well, do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. And again, comment once you finish watching the video. I actually like reading comments. So, feel free to actually fill the blank down there. So, the first time I actually saw a reaction on this thing was on Shatum, also known as Officer Tatum. I don't like the guy, but sometimes the video came up. I don't know. I was bored. I watched it. And one of the things he said, of course, because he always have this thing where he can just bring a brother or a sister down because that is always his thing. And he said this.
And why they got to be black though? Like this is the problem that I always have, and black people eat me alive in the comment section saying I'm a sellout. Like, bro, I ain't never in my life seen white people do this. I will give somebody $100 gift card if you can find a video where white people are at a business in uniform on duty bouncing their TTs.
Of course he did, because in the same video from ChickFil A, not the same, but in a couple of videos from ChickFil A and this guy filming people, there are the white people. Yes, there were white people, don't get. But for me, it doesn't even matter if you're black, white, Chinese, Latino, and you're doing this at work, you gotta be fired. Let me say it again. You deserve to be fired. You don't like money. You don't like your job. A lot of people, when they're looking for work, they're like, yes, I'll be the great worker, the best worker you ever had. I will do anything. I'll work overtime. I will do this. I will do that. And once they get the job, it's just something else. And these people, instead of just doing their jobs, they were dancing. And yes, this brother who decided to make this TikTok was like, yes, but we were already closed. Why the hell do you think that you're allowed to dance in somebody else's restaurant, in a franchise restaurant? Because it's not that you're only representing your restaurant where you're working. You're representing the whole franchise across the US. And it's not something positive that you're doing. You know that, because if you were just dancing around like 1-2 stepping, they'll be like, okay, you're fired and blah, blah, blah. You are doing something offensive. You are shaking titties and shaking ass. And you know that and because you look for attention, that's what you want to do. You want to do something offensive, so you're shaking titties and you're shaking ass. And now that you got fired, you're like, I can't believe they fired all of us. Man, they fired all of us. They fired all of us. We were already closed. Somebody was about to mop the floor, but they fired. Yes, they should have done that sooner. And this is going to be a lesson to a whole lot of people. You know what? This is so offensive. You wouldn't, if I was somebody that showed my face on the internet, you could never catch me filming myself in my house to post this on TikTok. Never. This is offensive everywhere. This is not something you should do. If you do those little stupid dances that people do and you post, it's dumb, but okay. And people who usually do this, they're like, what, 15, 16, 17? But all of these people in the videos, they look old as F. They're like mature. They're over 18 years old. Why the hell would you want to just do this? They're standing there holding the tatters. Even the guy, he was holding the tatters and then turn around and shake his ass. And we know what border he plays in, and I don't have anything against the LGBTQ plus, but this is dumb. This is dumb at your work. You probably really, really, really need this money. Why the hell does somebody comes and tell you, let's make a video about dancing like this, shaking your tatas? And you're like, yay. Some of them even pushed the hell. They were touching their tatas. They were doing the tongue thing. And we know what the tongue thing is. This is like, it's nasty. It's disgusting. It's like cornish to me. To me, that is what it is. And they were so happy doing this. And now because of this stupid idea that you accepted, you lost your job. You lost your money. Because you couldn't be like, nah, bruh. Nah, this is too ratchet. This is too ragged. This is like ragged. This is ratchet. I'm not going to do this. I'm here to just make my coin. I'm not looking for trouble. Nah, bro. They were like, yes, let's shake the tatas. Let's shake the tatas. And then you got fired. And the crazy part about all this is while they're doing this and you get fired, I'm sorry, social media does not get erased today. Somebody has already downloaded this. It's being shared. Anywhere you're going to go and look for a job, at McD's, at Burger King, Wendy's, Trader Joe, Walmart, they're going to see this and they'll be like, nah, bro. Nah, because they don't even want to give you a chance because you have bad reputation already. You can be recognized. So some people, they just don't want to be dealing with you. So you just burned your card. And unless you start doing social media and people listen to you, because people are not going to listen to you, they're going to listen to you like for what? For 1 week, then there's nothing important that you got to say that can just hold people listening to you and get monetized. They're just going to leave. And now you have to struggle again to find a job. You want to risk your job? Your source of income? Because most people, I'm sorry to say this, but most people who actually work at a fast food, unless you're a student and you need to just more money to help yourself, blah, blah, blah. Usually these people, they don't have degrees. That's the only thing that they can do. Some people do this because where they're doing the coding, the thing, the job that they used to have at Facebook, at Microsoft, okay, they've lost their job. They need something to bounce back for a minute. They go and work there. And then, they move along. But people who have the careers at fast food, they didn't go far in school. They don't have education like that. So messing around with your work is not something that you should do. With all due respect. This is crazy. Like really people, it's time to wake up and stop thinking that social media is a right for you to do anything. And once you post it, it's not just your mama, your daddy, your neighbors, and your sisters that are watching this. It's everybody. Nowadays, people just go and look on your social media. You want a job, they go and look at your social media. They want to date you, they go and look at your social media. The son wants to marry you, they will go and check your social media. And people think that putting some of it private, people cannot reach. People can always crack and know what is behind that private page, by the way. If it was not private a minute, it means that it's not really private. It is crazy how people are willing to risk their lives for clout. This is not your job. I had disappeared from social media a minute because I was making more money. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I wish and I hope someday I'm going to be, but I'm never leaving my job. I love my job. And if I can make more money there and it's taking like my time and I'm tired, then yeah, I'm stopping YouTube a little bit because, something is already paying my bills. But I still think that it's important to even do social media and try to put more money aside because we never know. So if you have a job, you have to cherish it. You cherish it. You don't have to play around with it. This is crazy. This is nuts. A dumbass come and tell you, bounce your titties on the video and you just say yes. I would never do that. Even privately at home and just posting it on my private TikTok, I would never do that. Because once you put it somewhere in the cloud, it's for everybody. Anybody can come one day and crack and corrupt the cloud and just get everybody's password, blah, blah, blah in there. We never know. I have one of my best friends says, like, we used to actually write down our stuff in like, how do you call this thing where you used to write everything in a little book when we were a kid? I forgot, the name of it. She was like, there are secrets of yours that no lion should ever see. She's like, there is no way you're writing everything, because one day you don't know who might just take this and read your deepest thoughts and secret. There is no way like a physical book should know what your thoughts are. And in this day and age where now we film ourselves, people just say everything. It's like people just become dumb. This to me is just stupid. Why the hell would you do this? Like, even if you don't like your job, you should shut up and just work it and try to find another job once you're working that job. But even if you leave the job, once you leave the job, don't go on social media and like, oh, I used to hate this job because, they were overworking me because, man, I think I'm better than that job. What if you look, the people where you're working, once they see that, they know you can actually do that to them. And they might still fire you. Social media is also your CV. You shouldn't mess around and say some stuff on social media. Some things should be kept private. I'm so pissed, but they deserve to be fired. Hopefully, once they find jobs again, they stop shaking that ass and those titties. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. This out. Ciao, ciao, ciao.